Welcome back to 10 Tampa Bay News this morning. All eyes on Melissa right now.
Yeah, and if you kind of keep an eye on the models here, we're probably less than 3 hours out from it making landfall in Jamaica.
Yeah, it is going to pick up its forward speed once it starts to move over the island, which is good, but boy, is it going to have some devastating impacts for Jamaica, unfortunately. We're really thinking about all the people, not only the residents, but all the visitors there. I've been seeing videos on social media of people, you know, my age that were there vacationing. They're in these Airbnbs on the side of hilltops. They're stuck. And I just don't think they really understand the full, you know, brevity of what's coming
and if you're just joining us, Category 5 here.
Yeah, major hurricane. So let's talk about the latest on this. Really just, when I tell you, my heart is just so heavy for all of these people, because this is the strongest hurricane to ever hit the island of Jamaica once it makes landfall within hours of right now. Here it is, the storm, a monster barreling towards Jamaica, still moving fairly slow though. 5-mile-per-hour forward motion there, 175-mile-per-hour winds. That pressure down to 901 millibars. That is new from overnight. That makes it the 8th strongest hurricane in the Atlantic Basin, according to pressure. Let's take you through the model data. We are going to continue to see bands of heavy rain. You saw that in those live images before we went to break. And the thing is, these outer bands, this storm is extremely large. We're talking over 200 miles in diameter. That is just going to pull tons of water inland, especially on the eastern part of the island. We're looking at storm surge 9 to 13 feet over the next several hours. Expected to make landfall around 9-10 o'clock. Models have slowed the storm down just a little bit, but regardless, later this morning expected to make that landfall on the western side of the island, west of Kingston, east of Negril, bringing very heavy rain that's going to result in catastrophic flooding, the potential for some landslides as well. And that is the issue. You have all those homes and residences that are on the sides of mountains, and you have that threat for landslides, something that I'm sure we're going to see images out of once the storm passes. The storm is going to pass north later tonight, again, going to pick up speed, make a second landfall in Cuba in the overnight hours, and then move into the southeastern Bahamas and continue as a hurricane as it moves into the southeastern islands of the Bahamas, where that storm surge and that flooding threat will continue, not only for Cuba, but some of the islands of the Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos in the coming days. Here at home, we are just, again, so thankful for some beautiful weather, and we have a couple of fronts to thank for that. One weather system off the coast. We're going to get some drier air on the backside of that. Another front incoming tomorrow. Dry right now, some patchy fog north of Tampa, but look at the humidity drop through the day. Not going to be necessarily fall-like, but I think you'll notice that lower humidity. We'll get a little increase in moisture ahead of our front. That'll give us a low-end rain chance for tomorrow before the air really dries out and that fall-like weather builds in for the back half of the week. Let's take you through Futurecast. Partly cloudy skies today, and then tomorrow here comes that front. That will bring us a chance for scattered showers, maybe a few rumbles of thunder, mainly as you're winding down for the night. This is just after 8 o'clock. It'll move in from the coast and then weaken as it moves inland. So that coverage of rain right now at about 40%, mainly for those of you who live along the coast. Thursday looking mostly dry outside of a stray shower. And then here's where it gets good. 40s north of the city on Friday morning. 50s for the Tampa area and areas south. You're going to need the light jacket heading out the door on Friday morning. And trick-or-treating hour still looks great for the kiddos. 70s getting ready. Trick-or-treating hour in the 60s. Yeah, it's going to be nice. Your 7-day forecast will show you cool off back half of the week. Morning in the 50s, highs in the 70s. We'll bump back into the low 80s by the end of the weekend.
Oh, you scared me.